welcome sentient beings from all known universes and beyond. It's time to activate your cranial downlinks and prepare to receive a raft of discussion on a cosmic ocean of science fiction and fantasy topics, interviews with local area genre devotees, and insightful prognostication by our soothsayers of science fiction, our forecasters of fantasy, and any other beings that happen to get caught in our gravity well. This is the Galactic Driftwood Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Galactic Driftwood Podcast. I'm Bill.
I'm Linda.
I'm Charles.
And I'm Seth.
And now we got kind of a potpourri of things to talk about this
Potpourri.
week. Maybe the emphasis should be on poopery instead of potpourri, because we're going to be talking a little bit about the controversy. Of course, what would a new Star Wars debut series be without some sort of a controversy? And as
I'm gonna correct you a little bit. I don't think these are controversies. I think these are temper tantrums.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And not surprising, it seems to be standard fare now. Anytime a new Disney series airs that has people from diverse backgrounds in prominent roles, the white national racists come out and begin attacking them online. And such is the case with the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. The star in that, Moses Ingram, she plays one of the Inquisitors, the evil Sith looking to eliminate the last of the Jedi. And in her case, she's looking to eliminate Obi-Wan Kenobi. And excellent actress, does an excellent job in the show. But of course, the fact that she's black seems and is a star of the series seems to have set a boisterous, but I would argue non-representative section of the Star Wars fandom. It set them off on a rampage.
Well, there's apparently a very legitimate reason, Bill.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, apparently her character was white in the comics.
Oh,
The comics. Wow.
Don't you guys get it? How serious that is?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. Your fantasy space wizards are sometimes our fictional characters whose backgrounds and races can change. Oh, no. Why don't you just appreciate this awesome series that you've been given?
well, and you know, I think Star Wars started out to be more a white-centric kind of a show.
It was very elitist.
It was
Well,
the
Yeah, I
80s.
mean, there weren't a lot of people of color that were in the original Star Wars stuff. And so now that that's happening and that it's becoming more mainstream and beginning to reflect more of the multicultural nature of the world in which we live, there's a certain segment of the population that feels threatened by that. And it's sad. And it's even more sad that they take to bullying these actors on the internet who are just doing a job, making a product. They're doing great work. But because they don't happen to be of the race that these people think they should be, they get attacked and vilified. And
So, some fans will use canon as kind of the
Excuse.
reason that they're taking their high-minded protest against this, but it is just a
excuse for racism.
screen for the racism. But what's even more about this is like the people who will claim it's canon that they're concerned about. I have read so much Star Wars over my life, and it's made abundantly clear throughout the entire series that the Empire is basically formed as a human first, aliens beneath humans organization. Like Palpatine
Mm-hmm.
and his regime were made clear in all the lore, the books, that they were for humans first, and like the people who are now taking up these positions, decrying these changes and whatnot, they sound like the Empire.
Right. Right. And it kind of makes me wonder about the people that are fascinated by the Empire side of Star Wars that lean towards that.
The bad guys can always be fascinating, but I mean,
Yeah.
you really don't want to be rooting for the space Nazis.
Right. Right. Personally, I've always rooted for the rebels.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
But I think it's sad that once again, here we are, we've got a great new show, great new Star Wars show out there. And instead of focusing and talking about the show, people are focused on and talking about this despicable racism that's being perpetrated out on the internet. And it's sad. It's sad because I think it's going to affect.
Well, it's not people. From what I read, it was the star. She was saying she was harassed, correct?
Right. She
Yeah,
was harassed on the internet, and she posted a lot of the examples of the stuff that she was getting introduced to.
And sadly, Disney knew it was going to happen, so they even warned her. Let us know when it happens.
Ahead of it. That's bad.
Yeah. And
I mean,
I
the
saw
same thing. Yeah, we saw exactly the same thing with Kelly Marie Tran.
Yep.
Right.
Episode 8, where they introduced her character, and
even John Boyega, right?
Oh yeah, John Boyega too.
Yeah.
They do. Some people do not, and like Rey being a woman, that was also an issue.
Yeah. And NPR had a good article out there. They were saying that it's high time that Lucasfilms and Disney try to get out ahead of this rather than privately warning these actors, women and people of color, that they're going to be attacked. Why don't they get out ahead of it and start having ad campaigns that celebrate diversity, and that they try to take the wind out of some of the sails of these people before the show comes out. And I think they had a very good point in that article. We'll link to that in the comments section of this post, so you can check out the article for yourself and see what you think. But yes, I think something like that needs to be done. There needs to be some sort of action taken to kind of take the wind out of their sails, maybe, and get the bulk of people behind this and excited about all the diversity that's coming out in Star Wars. I think that's going to be better for the franchise and better for all of us.
So, I think that there are plenty of people who are excited about diversity and the new directions that Star Wars has taken. These shows have been incredibly popular and have shown us different parts of the Star Wars universe. But I think the problem is that the temper tantrum throwers are much more loud than people who just enjoy something and move on and don't
I don't know if they're that, but if you're a person being, it's the fact that they're attacking a single person that bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what bothers me. Because I could go through life not knowing about them.
Right.
Or I can skip those articles. But
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't try to be ignorant, but I'm just saying,
you don't want to breathe air into their campaign.
I also Disney's got take a step back from Star Wars, but a lot of movies, Pocahontas and such, that was presented, I think, originally as pro-diversity, there's still racist overtones
Mm,
back in the day.
sure.
Just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
I see them feeling muzzled because they can't. They have to apologize. There's a lot for them to apologize for.
Right.
But yeah, you don't. I don't know. I concur though. You don't. If you're a powerful company, now's the time to be ahead of things instead of
Right. Get out in front of all of it.
Well, I mean,
instead of reacting to it.
Denounce it ahead of time. If
Yep.
the racism part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marvel, like, that's kind of the thing, though, is the money is in diversity. Like,
Right.
Marvel and Disney would not be making these moves if the larger part of the audience only wanted white male Christian heroes.
Yeah. Right.
Like, that's not where the money is. The money is because they're, comparatively speaking, a smaller group of people than the majority.
Mhm.
Like, the overwhelming majority of people in the United States support LGBTQIA.
Right.
Plus, sorry. Like, that's the majority, and that's what Disney is targeting. And yes, we've got this loud group of losers who, like, insist on thinking that the 50s were really great, but
Right.
they're not the money. Like, they may be fans, but they're fans who've missed the whole message of Star Wars, of Marvel, X-Men. Like, I don't know what books they were reading.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of LGBTQIA plus, there's something going on with Buzz Lightyear, right? Seth, you want to tell us a little bit about
Lightyear, that? Well, Buzz Lightyear committed the cardinal sin of very briefly showing a lesbian couple kissing, I think. Or at least looking very like, happy, like a couple,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at a picture right now of just two Pixar animated women. One's holding a baby and the other two are looking at each other lovingly, and it's a perfectly good thing to do in a movie, but Ben Shapiro thinks that is content that kids are just not ready to see.
Yeah, we can't have. We can go ahead and shoot kids up in school, but God forbid you have two moms.
I know.
Yeah, we can. There's no end to the amount of violence that they can show on TV.
Right.
But when you show two loving individuals that happen to be of the same sex, it's a huge trauma to the listening audience.
Won't you think of the children? Won't someone think of the children?
Yeah, right.
They're too young to understand two men or two women in a relationship with each other. It'll break their tiny minds.
Oh, whatever.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, it's insane.
I'm sorry if I don't have a whole lot of respect for these people.
No.
How are they going to handle the... maybe there is a movie, but are there any lesbian serial killer movies yet?
Once again, we'd have to ask Benito, probably.
Probably,
he's a killer guy, yeah.
I'm almost positive there have to be lesbian serial killer movies. Lesbians like serial killer movies too. So
I did find the big scene. Ooh.
Yeah, that's the photo that's got Ben Shapiro's hair all tied in knots.
Huh. Sad.
Is he more upset that it's two women, or is he more upset that one's white and one's black?
I mean, it's probably for him it piled one on top of the other.
Right.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know.
I keep thinking one day things will change and you won't be hearing about this kind of thing anymore. But
yeah, maybe.
I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime. Just doesn't seem like it sometimes.
Well, it might not happen in your lifetime or mine, but the demographics are changing. Like,
Yeah.
it may not be happening as fast as some of us would like, but like
It's
that's
happening.
the reason these guys are so loud is because they're losing
Right.
and are
Yeah.
losers.
Yeah, they're in the death rows.
Right. Speaking of losers, there's something going on with Elon Musk, Charles, and I think you've got
I was he
God.
put me in the public.
it's got-
Oh no.
it's got Charles irate.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to work. Not outside
Yeah.
of the house.
So you want to let the
audience.
audience know what Elon did? That's got
I don't
you-
remember the quote exactly, but he tweeted that at least that's my understanding that people should come back to the office or be fired. And he also gave an example of how he used to sleep under his desk and stuff.
He used to sleep under his desk, so
Well,
he
he
didn't have
worked
to go home.
80-hour weeks and whatnot. So should you.
So
Which is absurd.
I wonder if he had a desk like George Costanza, where he had a pillow and an area of sleep under there. Remember that episode of Seinfeld where he was sleeping under his desk?
Well, that's funny because I've worked at a place where a guy got caught living in the office.
Really?
It was frowned upon. Well, he really, this was in another state, but yeah, he rented some. He bought some rentals. He's making so much money at rentals. He went ahead and rented out the house he lived in.
Huh?
So he wasn't poor. He just realized he was making more
by renting his place out and staying at work.
And staying sleeping under his desk.
Huh. Interesting.
What a great guy.
What do you do for like showers and changing clothes?
Well, we had a shower in the office there.
Oh, I see.
Sure. Yeah.
So he just bring in his clothes for the week and.
Well, and that's here in the Midwest, I don't see it as much, but yeah, a lot of places I know on the coast had showers and workout rooms, and
yeah,
and the idea was that you're working a long week.
Yeah, we had that at my office. We had showers and everything because Lynn and I would ride our bikes into work. A few years back, we'd ride our bikes into work, take our clothes for the day, and shower and get changed there. So I know some folks actually that also rode their bikes into work because it was kind of a big thing at the office for a while.
Right.
Some people would bring their clothes for the week into the office on Monday. They'd drive in on Mondays, bring in their clothes for the week, store them near their cube somewhere. And then the rest of the week they'd ride in and then they'd shower and they'd have their clothes there ready to wear. And then Fridays take them all home, I guess. So, but yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
So I don't know. To me,
but you don't want to go back to work full time, to the office full time. You want to continue working from home.
No, I
which
like
I can understand.
Yeah.
I don't think most people. I mean, I don't think
some
most
people need to go back. Some people can't take it. I'm okay with.
Well, I'm okay with people that feel they need that social interaction and they've got to get out of the house and they want to go back into the office and be with other people. I'm fine with that. I'm just not really excited about a business mandating that everybody has to come back anymore in this day and age. We know that we worked fine for a year and a half with COVID. Everybody worked from home and work still got done and things still moved forward.
Musk says of Tesla employees who want to continue working from home, quote, they should pretend to work somewhere else.
He's lost it.
Well, I mean, he's
always like that.
He's tanked.
I don't think it's a change in personality on his part.
No, he's always been this way.
Yeah.
You're saying his stock has tanked, and so now he wants people back in to kind of get things back in.
Well, no, I was saying that he's tanked the stocks of two different companies, one of which he owns, one of which he owns, and he was planning to use to acquire the other one.
Yeah, so, you're talking about the Twitter deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has had more faux pas lately than anyone else and is just utterly kind of destroying his reputation as the smart businessman or the Tony Stark type.
Well, he's cementing. He's starting to look like your typical engineer.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he knows anything about engineering.
No, I don't think he does either. But he's putting his foot in his mouth a few times. Oh,
Well,
I
think Elon's a case of him sniffing his own farts and thinking he's really smart.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
He's
boy.
another person that's confused luck for smarts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's never a good thing.
Even if he does, I mean, you have to say he has somewhere there's some technical know-how, but
well, would either of you guys want to work for Elon Musk?
No.
Nope.
Would you want to work?
work?
Wouldn't it be kind of fun to work at SpaceX?
No.
I've learned over the years. I'll tell you what. When I was a younger engineer, I might have fallen for the mission over the management.
Yeah. Just the fact that you're working in the space program, that would have been lure enough to get you involved.
Which is the same thing that happens to masters and PhD students these days and stuff too. You can fall in love with the science.
Yeah.
But
then 20 years pass and you realize you're still broke.
Right.
then your attitude changes a little.
Yeah, bad working environment and a bad man at the helm like Musk can ruin your life.
And I have to presume some of that toxicities, because it usually comes from the top.
Oh yeah, filters down.
It's getting passed down. I mean, he's causing his own problems.
Yeah,
his own future problems anyway.
What about Bezos? Would you work for his company?
Oh God, no. I remember. Yeah, no. If I could help it.
Seth?
I remember when Bezos was calling, he used to call his employees, because I lived in Seattle for a while.
Yeah.
When Amazon was starting up, and he called all his employees, and they were all entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, because he doesn't want because they're all contractors who he doesn't have to pay pay benefits to. No, I wouldn't work for any of these people.
Yeah. How about you, Linda?
What was the question?
Would you work for Bezos or Musk?
Oh, I already answered no.
Well, I mean, if the pay was good enough, maybe.
No, not even for the pay.
I don't. Yeah,
sometimes you just have to plan on selling out, guys. That's just it.
The pay would have to be ridiculous, and I would be planning to leave as soon as I could.
Yeah. Agreed. Yep.
I do not know a level of pay where I would like to work a 60-hour week under that sort of pressure.
And I don't know these days. But I remember Microsoft having the temp employee problem, that they hired all these temps, they'd never make them full time.
Yeah,
just so they wouldn't have to pay benefits. So everybody worked a 29-hour week or whatever it was.
Sad.
Yeah, my first job was well, I won't say the company on here because there's no reason to do that, but it was a company that hired developers straight out of college and paid them the absolute minimum until they left, and the whole time it sucked.
Huh. How long were you with them?
Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I remember I was promised a review and a raise at 6 months, and 6 months came and went, no review, no raise. A year came and went, no review, no raise. The 1.5 years came, I finally got my review, and pretty much nothing for a raise.
I remember. Well, I was going to tell a horror story because I think it's good for the kids. Because because I worked. I'm not the same kind of thing. I won't say the place, but I worked at a place for a couple of years, and there was kind of the promise of becoming a partner. And then I accidentally opened somebody else's paycheck.
Oh,
Complete accident, because they used to pass them out at the desk, and they gave me his and his mine. And I opened his, and he made. He'd been there like 10 or 15 years or something. You know, he a lot longer than me, and he made $1,000 more a year than I was making.
oh,
Wow.
And that was my.
You're like, no future.
I'm getting the hell out. Yeah, I was.
That was
Like,
your wake-up call.
And I wasn't doing very well. This was get on the West Coast, so I was poverty level really, and and so I don't have the same belief in that these the guy at the top's looking out for you or anything like that.
What about Warren Buffett?
What about him?
I mean, would you work for him and one of his?
Same problems.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, I work for corporate America, so whatever.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
I think we're kind of getting away from science fiction.
oh yeah, now we're just complaining. But no, I've worked for some
True.
of Buffett's. I've worked for people that have worked for Buffett.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Whatever.
All right.
You know, you can put up with it.
Right.
The human spirit's made for suffering.
Right.
And on that positive note,
wow, we're downers today.
Right. Well, we're coming up on the 30-minute mark to bring it back around to what we're supposed to be talking about. What's that?
No, I don't know. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I was going to ask if there's any upcoming shows that you guys are looking forward to that are coming out in the near future.
Oh, so many. Ms. Marvel is started coming out. I haven't watched it yet, but that one is. I love Ms. Marvel. That's another one that they're harassing people over, of course.
Oh, they would be. It's pretty. I watched the first episode with the kids, and it was fun.
Yeah, the Christians are not all right with it.
No.
Why?
Well, she comes from a Muslimish family anyway.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because she's Muslim.
You know, it's a big sandbox. Can we all just not get along together?
Really not.
It's not going to happen. But that's one I'm really looking forward to because I've read the comics and there's some I really love them. Obi-Wan is still coming out, I think.
Right.
That's
and I really like that so far. We're about 2 or 3 episodes in, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
We're gonna get Thor: Love and Thunder here pretty soon. Just lots of good stuff coming out. Right?
Well, and July 4th weekend is going to see the wrap up of Stranger Things season 4.
Right.
And we finally got through season 4. We're current up to this point through episode 7. So I'm pretty excited to see where it's going to go when they come back. I mean, definitely enjoying the ride. And we've started season 4 of The Boys. And thanks to Charles. We saw the first episode, which was pretty horrifying.
I'd say eye-opening, but
yeah, third eye opening.
Oh.
It opened some people.
Yeah,
I feel like they're just going off the deep end now, but whatever.
It's almost gore for gore's sake.
Yeah.
Well, wait till you get to the octopus scene.
Oh, good God.
All right.
I mean, if you love animals, that's pretty rough watch.
Oh, no.
I take it you haven't seen it yet, Seth.
Nope.
All right.
I did see the termite scene. I saw the termite scene.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty unforgettable.
As much as I try and drink to forget, yes.
Well, one of our friends that was over with us, we started watching the movie Fresh, which we commented on our last episode, which involves
Some gore.
human cannibalism, essentially. And we got to the point where the human cannibalism stuff is revealed, and they couldn't take it anymore and wanted to not watch it because it just was too gruesome for their Friday. And Charles wisely suggested we switch over and watch The Boys. and it went from bad to worse in like the blink of an eye. So
That was funny.
yeah.
The Boys ramps up pretty quick.
Yeah,
Right.
I thought we were going to lose your guest there, Bill.
Yeah, I did too. He was kind of turning green.
He looked pretty bad.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was fun. I liked it. It was shocking and it was unbelievable. But
I've got to say that somehow they managed the first episode of season 1 was shocking.
yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
And yet somehow they keep managing to be shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
To take it to the next level.
Whatever
Exactly.
that was, because they keep going to a place where you go, there can't be a next level.
And there
Yeah.
is.
And there is. You know?
I recommend you read The Boys comics because they are actually kind of more screwed up than the show is.
How can you be more screwed up than that?
You gotta read the comics to find out.
Wow.
Right. All right. Well, we're at our 30-minute mark, so I think we can go ahead and end it down unless anybody has any final thoughts, anything, comments.
Don't be a
criticisms?
dick to actors.
Yes.
Lighten up.
Definitely.
Just watch the show. If you
And
don't
Watch the
like
show, enjoy the entertainment. Be thankful that we are getting science fiction and fantasy and horror, and that people are dedicating their lives to bringing us this entertainment to make our lives a little more enjoyable and fun. So
Exactly.
yeah. If
Let's
you're
not-
worried,
let's
If you're
not tear
worried-
people down just because they don't happen to look like we do or think like we do or worship the same imaginary beings that we do.
Oh, boom.
if you're worried about a character's race changing between the comic and the on-screen adaptation, go ahead and just lose that thought. It'll
Yeah.
do you a world of good.
Right. All right. On that note, we will go ahead and end it here. Have a
We got
great
little
week.
preachy
folks.
this week.
We have gotten a little preachy, but
Yeah,
sometimes you got to do that, I think. So anyway, thanks for listening, folks. We hope you tune in next time. We got lots of exciting content coming up, lots of new stuff coming out, and we can't wait to bring it to you. So take care, have a safe week, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Galactic Driftwood podcast. For more information and past episodes, please visit our website at galacticdriftwood.space or subscribe to us on YouTube. And now, please deactivate your cranial downlinks, collect your towels, and be sure to watch your step as you exit our gravity well.